morning, day 55. We are making our way across the river from Missouri. That would be Louisiana, Missouri. And the River's Edge Motel, which has made a fine little stop for us for a 0 day. It's a cool little place. I'd recommend it as a stop, honestly. It's old school, but well tended to, and I'd stay again. The price was reasonable. The train's not too active, but it did come by one time last night. Here we are facing across the bridge. That's the direction we're going. This is all day 54, and we're on our way. There's a light on the horizon, emanating from the bayou. It shouldn't be so surprising. Gotta get there before I come home to you. Alright guys, despite having referred to today as day 54 in the last video, this is in fact day 55. We've made nicey nice with the folks at Two Rivers Marina. They're back on property and they were surprised we were even here. We're down below this wall and there's the marina, so it's pretty easy to imagine how they didn't even notice us. But Jamie's speaking to them, and I already purchased a t-shirt as a souvenir, which I like to do, both to give them some business and to have a souvenir of the trip. We're pretty well packed up. Got to tighten these straps and pack the last few things in when Jamie gets back, but then we'll be underway. Looking for about 25 river miles to a viable option. We are about 4 of those jaunts from St. Louis, which makes us about 3 of those jaunts from Grafton, I believe, and then another to Alton, which we might make a short day. That also includes a lock, I think, before Alton. Not entirely sure. Also, I have some more information about Lock and Dam 23. I thought we might see the remnants of them having taken it out, but upon further investigation, Jamie finds, I did not do the investigation, but I trust his sources, that they built 24 and had plans for 23, but decided it was unnecessary, so it was never even constructed. There will be no indication of where it was because it never was. Across the river, we see the hotel in which we stayed and a big house on the bluff that looks prominently out over the water. I'm sure the views are spectacular from that place. And I'm a little envious because cool, right? Okay, we're gonna get underway as soon as Jay gets back. Day 55, everyone. It's not terribly common to see one of these swivel bridges in operation, and we even had our doubts as to whether this one was still functional or just opened full-time. But it is currently swiveling closed to accommodate a train. So here we go. Rarely seen footage available here, day 55. Day 55, we're an hour and a half into the paddle, taking a quick break. I believe we would be within sight of the dam if it weren't for an island that's right in the line of sight. But it's feeling much better today. The temperature's good, the sky is clear, there's a little bit of headwind. Actually feels slightly like a tailwind just now, but there's enough when we're traveling to kind of cool us a little bit. 83 degrees is the high today. I don't know how close we are to that just now. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. But all in all, feeling much better than we did 2 days ago. So, off to a good start. I'm going to make some time stopping somewhere, don't even know the name of tonight, as a goal. That's about 25 river miles. It is a town, but doesn't have anything in particular to offer us that we can see from looking at Google. But after that, there'll be like another day, and then after that, it'll be Grafton and Alton, and then we'll be going past St. Louis. We're getting into the thick of it, and that's a paradigm shift. St. Louis is, Lock 26 is the Alton lock, and that's the last one that stops the flow of water. There's another lock we could go around the chain of rocks, or we can portage. I think we're leaning toward a portage. It makes me a little uncomfortable because I haven't done it, but people do it, so it's doable. So anyway, I think we're going to do it because it's something to see. It's a natural feature that I think has probably been augmented by the Army Corps in some way to do something. But in any case, we're going to probably portage it. Although last time we locked it, so that's still an option. Either way, once we get past 26, the flow is unabated, so we start to get the lower river flow of 3 to 4 miles an hour as an average, as opposed to 1 to 2, or even less approaching a dam. So that's when we're going to start to cook, y'all. It's coming up soon. We're going to just start moving and spending less time in towns, because there'll be far less towns and we'll have river current to actually get moving. So there we go. That's what's in our near future. But in the near future, we're about to lock through 24 after we get there in just a little bit, probably within an hour. Talk to you then. Day 55, folks. We have arrived at lock 24. There is a tow locking up. Apparently, they'll be able to exit the chamber and we'll be able to go right back and right in behind, based on a conversation Jamie just had with them on the telephone. So that's good news. There's also a lock or a tow with a 5 barge array behind us. Might have been, I'm not sure. It was some barges and a tow, but they stopped alongside the river. We weren't clear what was going on. They led us most of this trip and stopped, and then we passed them up. So what they're up to, we're not sure, but we should be next here. It's been not yet 3 hours, but coming up on it. It's 2 hours 45 on the river, and we've done about 9.5 miles. Not much current leading up to this dam, so we're making decent time. Nothing earth-shattering, but much easier than it was 2 days ago. So happy for that. One personal note, I'm noticing a little tendonitis in my left elbow, I believe. It is affecting my stroke when I'm stroking on the right-hand side of the boat. I'm more fully extending my arm rather than giving both a push with my off arm and a pull with my near when I'm on that side. I don't think it makes me significantly less efficient, but that seems mechanically to work better with whatever I might have done to get some inflammation there or something. But this is just speculative. Anyway, I'm doing a quick fix that seems to be working it mechanically. There we go. We're here. What's the name of this town? Clarksville, little tiny town right here by this lock. We're not planning to stop. We're going to push on, I think, almost certainly, unless some bizarre condition changes our mind at the bottom of the lock. But we got another 15 miles-ish, so we're about 40% in, almost 3 hours in, and about to lock through. There we go. Day 55. If you ever wondered how big these barges are, this gives you some sense. It's just coming right up beside us. PGM 309. They sure are graceful for being so cumbersome. These guys out on the river know what they're doing. I feel pretty safe around them, even with the masses. Huge mass of just equipment, and then when they're laden, the loads they're carrying, it's an impressive feat. Whoa. Day 55, as the sun begins to set. It is just past 5 p.m. We still have some light to figure out what we're doing. There appear to be a couple of options. Ahead to my slight left is the town of Hamburg, Illinois. And we've scouted that out, as that was my initial plan to come here. Jamie had scouted out a place a few miles downriver, but with the fading light, I think we're planning basically here. Although there's no businesses, it's all like residences from what we can tell on Google. There also appears to be a community opposite on to my right here on the Missouri side. We don't know the name of it. It could just be stilt homes. But Jamie's doing a little research to see if he can come up with any sort of commercial prospects on either side, because that would be welcome. Even just a convenience store where we could grab a drink, something cold would be welcome, and have a flush toilet. That's always a benefit. So we're sorting it out, but we're about wrapping it up. Today was kind of marked by a lot of commercial traffic. We saw a total of 7 operational tows. There were 5 we passed on the way up, including one that was locking through as we got to the lock. And then we saw 4 down from the lock. There was one that we passed on its way down because it stopped on the side before it locked through. And there was one more that Jamie noticed before we even put in that was on its way down. We have not seen that again, but that counts. The total 7 commercial tows that we've seen on today's trip collectively, and that's a record in terms of those actually working the river, not just kind of tied up on the side. But I don't know if that's just an aberration or if we're actually coming into something more commercial or both, but it was something noteworthy. There you go. Day 55. We'll figure out what we're doing and then we'll let you know. Folks, we stand firmly on solid ground here in Hamburg, Illinois. It's a strip town, really, right along the river that we followed for the last couple of river miles. It has a public boat dock to which we've tied a public boat ramp. It's not really a park space, but there's some old foundations here that used to be buildings, I'm sure, that are fairly flat right here and unused that we might use to pitch a tent. We don't have a great option. This is toward the end of daylight and I'm toward the end of energy. My back's barking. So this might be home for the night. Hamburg, Illinois. Day 55, everyone. As the sun has set and we're in the gloaming, we found our way to among the only features on the Google map of Hamburg, Illinois. It is the Hamburg Cemetery. It is, I don't know, it doesn't seem particularly sprawling. It's a small community. But I did see a couple of headstones that were very worn and indicated someone passing in 1850. So this has been here for some time. I think that might be after Missouri became a state. Oh, we're in Illinois. I don't know when Illinois became a state. But 1850 is quite a long time ago. If it's possible it wasn't even a state yet. All right, here we go. Going back down the hill and find our way back to the river, because this is as far as the road goes. That should be about it for day 55. Tomorrow we'll probably be making camp on an island because there's nothing really between here and there except for 40 miles. But the destination in 2 days is Grafton, Illinois. And the day after that is Alton, Illinois. So dig in, because right after Alton is St. Louis and the world changes. Day 55, we're out, MRCA 2025.